The movie begins with a young man named Joe in a jail cell. He was part of a special experiment, and now that it was complete, he had incredible new powers. With his newfound strength, he easily broke through the prison bars. From a distance, a man named Mark watched all of this intently. Many years later, Mark had become a renowned businessman and scientist. He had invented a special chip that, when implanted in humans, could cure any disease. To introduce this chip to the world, Mark held a press conference. But then, a girl named Lily raised several questions about the chip's potential dangers. She asked if the chip would allow Mark to control people's minds. Mark ignored her and continued to present his chip. Suddenly, a man named Arthur attacked the security, causing chaos. Arthur's goal was to steal 3 specific codes that could activate Mark's chip. As Lily got a closer look at Arthur, she realized this was the same man who had murdered her father when she was a child. The pain of seeing him there froze her in place. Meanwhile, Arthur succeeded in getting those 3 codes. Mark was furious, and his assistant told him it was time to use his special weapon, Joe. We then see Joe imprisoned in a facility for the world's most dangerous criminals. Mark had him released on parole because only Joe could complete his mission. Before he was imprisoned, Joe used to commit murders for Mark, but one day he managed to escape with his wife. Unfortunately, Mark caught him and threw him into this prison. However, even now, bringing Joe to Mark was no easy task. Joe outsmarted all of Mark's men in an instant, stole their car, and sped off. But how far could he go? The car had a tracker, so Mark's men surrounded him and eventually brought him to Mark. When Joe woke up, he was at Mark's headquarters. There he saw his wife and daughter. Mark then explained his new mission to Joe through a screen, threatening him. If anything went wrong with the mission, Joe's wife and daughter would pay with their lives. Poor Joe had no other choice, so he reluctantly agreed to work for Mark. Later, Joe arrived at a party where Lily was present. He found Lily in uniform and started dragging her away with him. Lily tried to break free, but then she saw the same mark on Joe's neck that was on Arthur's. Seeing this, she quietly got into Joe's car and went back to her place. Once they arrived, Joe told her to tell him everything about Arthur, but Lily didn't respond. When Joe searched her house himself, he found a hidden camera. That camera revealed that Lily was actually a CIA agent secretly investigating superhumans like Joe and Arthur. Since they both had the same enemy, Joe extended a hand of friendship to Lily so they could work together to catch Arthur and avenge their parents' deaths. To face a powerful and dangerous superhuman like Arthur, Joe and Lily needed to combine their abilities. So, Lily immediately agreed. Meanwhile, behind Joe's back, Mark also experimented on his wife, implanting his chip in her neck. He even broadcasted this live to wealthy individuals in other countries. Joe, completely unaware of this, was focused on his mission to steal the 3 codes from Arthur. In their search, Joe and Lily arrived in a city in China. Lily used her contacts to get all the city's CCTV footage and found Arthur's location. But Arthur had sensed their arrival and had already fled. Joe tried to chase him, but Arthur got lost in the crowd. When Arthur reached his hideout, he saw that Joe was already there. A fierce fight broke out between them, but Arthur escaped on a motorcycle. But Joe also got on a bike and chased him. Eventually, they both reached a mountain where there was a huge cliff. There was no other way, so Joe jumped off the cliff without thinking. And as he jumped, he activated the bomb on Arthur's watch and successfully got the main code from Arthur. He threw the watch with Arthur down into the ravine and climbed back up himself. Meanwhile, Mark's agents had surrounded Lily on the road. They knew all of Mark's secrets, so they had orders to kill Lily. But just in time, Joe arrived and saved Lily's life. Back in the lab, Mark received news that due to a system failure, the chip implanted in Joe's wife's neck had malfunctioned. Mark immediately realized there must be a spy on his team. He gathered his entire team, and a search of their computers revealed that Mr. Mo had sent his spy to ruin Mark's plan. For such a massive betrayal, Mark brutally gunned down Mr. Mo's spy. Actually, Mr. Mo had called Joe's father to tell him that due to his illness, he wouldn't live much longer. Joe's father and Mr. Mo were both scientists who opposed Mark's human chips. That's why they had stolen Mark's codes. Meanwhile, in search of the other 2 codes, Joe and Lily had arrived at Mr. Mo's lab. Then Mr. Mo confronted Joe and told him that these chips could be a huge threat to Earth. Mark's real intention was to rule the entire world through these chips. But because Joe's family was still under Mark's control, he had to go against Mr. Mo. Then he suddenly realized that the man sitting in front of him wasn't Mr. Mo, but an imposter. Before he could do anything, the imposter's men knocked Joe unconscious. When he opened his eyes, his hands were tied. Lily had also been captured by the imposter's men. They started torturing Joe in front of Lily, so she would hand over the main code to them. Despite her best efforts, she couldn't bear to see Joe in such bad shape, and Lily told them where the main code was. Joe suddenly managed to escape from their captivity. As he was leaving, he faced his close friend. But for the sake of his mission, he was forced to fight his friend. At first, Joe was about to lose, but suddenly incredible strength surged through his body and he quickly defeated his friend. After this, he went straight to Mr. Mo's headquarters, where he met the real Mr. Mo. When Mo told him the truth about the danger posed by Mark's chips, Joe could distinguish right from wrong. Mr. Mo revealed that Mark had secretly implanted those chips in Joe's wife and daughter too. Therefore, to help, Mr. Mo and Joe's father had created a device that, if taken into Mark's building, could destroy all his chips. After entrusting Joe with this mission, Mr. Mo eventually died due to his illness. After this, Joe and Lily went to Joe's father's lab. Upon seeing his son, Joe's father immediately apologized. But Joe was still very angry with himself because he hadn't fully understood his father's true intentions back then. Joe's father tried to make him understand that he didn't know about Mark's poisonous intentions, but it didn't affect Joe. Finally, Joe's father revealed that this experiment was actually meant to cure Joe's liver cancer, and Mark had succeeded. But then he abducted Joe, turned him into the world's most dangerous criminal, and Joe's father needed that main code so he could put it into his program and destroy Mark's chips. This was the only way to stop Mark from bringing chaos to the world. Finally, Joe gave the main code to his father and left with Lily. He was sad that to save humanity, he would have to sacrifice his wife and daughter. Meanwhile, Joe's father started working to destroy the chips, but then Mark's men attacked him and killed him. Now all three codes were back in Mark's possession, and with their help, he began activating his chips. From this moment, people slowly started obeying him. Meanwhile, Joe and Lily realized they needed to act fast. To stop this, they had to insert the program created by Joe's father into the control system located in Mark's building. Lily immediately hacked the building's CCTV. Meanwhile, Joe fought the guards, clearing a path inside. But then he faced Mark's most dangerous henchman, Rick. Joe used his superhuman powers to take down Rick, and he reached Mark's room with Lily. Mark and his team were just about to activate the chips worldwide when Joe attacked them. Suddenly, we found out that Mark had also developed superhuman strength in his body, just like Joe. A fierce battle broke out between them. But then Mark told him that his daughter was teetering between life and death on the building's roof. During this, Lily managed to activate Joe's father's program in Mark's control system. With this, all the people Mark had experimented on were freed. Mark, in a fit of rage, kills Lily. Joe was filled with so much anger that his superhuman powers reawakened, and he started brutally beating Mark. With his special powers, he eliminated Mark. At that moment, because of Joe's father's program, there was a massive explosion in Mark's building, and Joe jumped from its roof to save his daughter's life. Joe eventually landed on the roof of a car, saving his daughter by a narrow margin. He saved his daughter's life without caring for his own. After this, we see Joe's fingers twitching, meaning he had come back to life once again due to his superhuman powers. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.